Finally, it has happened. It has happened. It has finally happened to AKEREDOLU. So sad, Governor AKEREDOLU. I do understand that people will be people, and people will always want to find one way or the other to retain positions, particularly lucrative positions, positions such as political office in Nigeria, because they make a lot of money. It is power to them. It is just everything to them. But there is something that governs over everybody, supposedly the law. It is no longer news that Governor AKEREDOLU is sick. And in fact, from all indication and from what we are hearing, it seems Governor AKEREDOLU finally took his leave. I'm sure you want to find out more about this. But before then, like and share this video. Subscribe to this channel if you're just coming across it. And please turn on the notification bell. According to Governor Rotimi Akeredolu's Senior Special Assistant on Special Duties and Strategies, Dr. Doyin Odebowale, he alleged that some politicians are benefiting from the current status of his principal, health status of his principal. Now, AKEREDOLU had officially written to the State House of Assembly seeking a 21-day leave for medical treatment abroad. Now, when you look at AKEREDOLU, and of course his wife also, coming out screaming and shouting that AKEREDOLU's mistress brought in some herbs and whatever to help AKEREDOLU get better. According to her, she said, this is illegal, this is not right. And she said, this woman wants to take the life of my husband. Obviously, if you are the legal wife and another woman from one corner is stepping in, trying to, meander, and of course, this is what you're going to say. Both of them are working towards the health of this man. Supposedly, we don't even know. Now, what is wrong with AKEREDOLU? What is it that will happen to a man and he will get from one position to the other? Become so lean. That is terminal. It's called terminal illness. That is what will take a man to this point. If someone is battling with health condition for more than a year, 2-3 years, you should know that that condition is life-threatening. In fact, some people are dead whilst alive. He is already gone. His case has been settled. He's just trying to struggle to keep himself together. That is just what it is. That is what it is. Now, about AKEREDOLU, is AKEREDOLU gone? Is AKEREDOLU on life support? Is AKEREDOLU cloned? There are people saying a lot of things. Now, according to this letter, AKEREDOLU's deputy, Mr. Lucky Ayedatiwa, is supposed to be the acting governor. Of course, according to the law, as the governor's leave period commenced on the 7th of June and is expected to terminate on the 6th of July 2023, which will be, it starts from thereabout, public holidays, June 12, democracy, and the Islamic celebration 28th to 29th of June. All of these are factored in it. All of it are factored in it. So AKEREDOLU supposedly supposed to resume office on the 6th of July. No. Now, AKEREDOLU, like how most times they always play this politics, AKEREDOLU can step in, either dead or alive, on the 6th or before 6th of July, appear again to be there. Then after 1 week, he will seek for another leave. That is it. He will seek for another leave again to go back. What he is dealing with is not a joke. It is life and death. And from all indication, from what people are saying, he is already there. However, in a statement made available, Odebowale said some so-called friends of the governor were being sycophantic about the matter. He alleged that they were playing politics with the governor's health condition for their selfish interest. Now, we know the governor is sick. We know Buhari too was sick. He went to the UK, he came back and forth. He had issues with his intestines and many other, is it Crohn's disease or some diseases that he had back then. Now, AKEREDOLU in his own they said he has cancer of the blood. Cancer of the blood. It is very difficult to deal with. I mean, when I say difficult, it is extremely difficult to deal with such cancer. Cancer of the blood. What form? How chronic it is? Well, everyone can see how he has reduced to the shadow of himself. Medical treatment and many other things. He lost it within few. Of course, maybe he had those issues within himself, or this came into him. Who knows? We can't really say what it is. According to Odebawale, he said the people of Ondo State are compelled to see continually heart-corroding histrionics enacted in a most irresponsible manner by certain mediocre, wicked, and morally bankrupt elements who seek to draw mileage from the absence of the governor Oluwarotimi Akeredolu San, CON, in the state. It is no news that these funny, greedy simpletons whose sole understanding of governance is prebendalism. It's all this big English. Makes no sense. See, when plenty English is put into writing in Nigeria, particularly politics, you should know that they are playing games. He went on saying, impelled by the kleptocratic tendencies, will stop at nothing to stoke the ember of contrived acrimony to take maximum advantage of the current situation, while the people of the state from diverse socio-political backgrounds pray fervently for the governor to come back and resume, in order to continue to discharge his service to the people of the state. These meddlesome hustlers are bent on causing confusion for their benefits. These ruthless politicians, ostensible representatives of the people without followers, believe that the best way to portray the current health challenge of the governor is to spread falsehood against those perceived as impediments to their prebendal predilections. The statements, that's part of the statement. He added this again, say, there are certain members of the executive council against one another, dropping dangerous but mendacious hints against their fellow appointees. They praise some as honest, brilliant, and diligent, while condemning others, perceived to being in the opposing camp as corrupt and inordinately ambitious. They hold constant meetings speculating on the health of the governor. These elements attract negative sentiments to an administration which had enjoyed relative peace and overwhelming goodwill from the people based on impactful achievements. He went on to add this. He said, uncultured, sycophantic, vacacious, and greedy, these shameless beings lack the basic decency to respect the man who brought them to reckoning from relative obscurity and rescuing them from varying degrees of mendicancy. For these elements to have unfettered access to the state's treasury, they have sustained the onslaught of negative publications against the governor, some members of his immediate family, and their fellow appointees whose schedules of responsibilities have made visible, as they are bereft of the capacity for altruistic service and competence. Their understanding of governance is all about sharing money and compounding the people's misery. The people of the state recognize these personalities as greedy, unscrupulous, dishonest, wicked, and bereft of any shred as evidence of moral rectitude in them, judging by their notorious records of self-service. All of this big English. Let us break it down. What is wrong with the governor? Is the governor capable, health-wise, intellectually, IQ-wise, to run that state? If you cannot follow the rule of law, hand over to your deputy. End of story. What is this do or die thing? The reason why most of them do these things is because they don't depend on the salary, the wages. No, not at all. That's why it is a do or die. Secondly, most of them have done a lot of terrible spiritual demonic things, and they are not ready to leave that seat that they have sacrificed so much for. Yes, they are not ready. Imagine you are so sick. If you were a civil servant, although he's a civil servant, if he was a civil servant somewhere, maybe he was working as a clerk, wouldn't he have asked for leave, like stay away from work? All of a sudden, he wants to stay there. He wants to stay in there when he's sick because he believes that he's the only one that can run the government. Moreover, his health condition requires maybe a lot of money, and he needs money from the state to take care of himself. And to him, he feels that, well, my term is not finished. I need to end it. Hope it is not going to be like that of Yar'Adua. I don't know what is wrong with him. Well, I believe that a lot of people want him well. I do not want him sick. But the right thing needs to be done. That is the truth, and that is the reality. We do not want sick people being governors, presidents. No, not at all. Like and share this video. Subscribe to this channel. Drop your opinion. See you in the next update.